another band. All the Mars and cars now, whichever hit her. Light up my scars with a sweet one bliss. Someone flicks me a back by the say, oh, it's another one. It's another one, yeah, it's a full strand, yeah. Oh, it's another one, it's another one, yeah.
Good evening. It's another one. Our Boxing Hub. I go by the name of BNG, featuring yours truly, Trey, and our featured guest, Joel Kuda. What's good?
Owen.
Yeah,
Trey?
Man, massive respect, massive love, of course. I know you've obviously got a busy camp that you're preparing for a big fight, but look, I just felt that this would be a tremendous opportunity, for the viewers, just to get to know you, better podcast and chill. That's the vibe that we bring in. And before we go live, man, I just wanted to say, for the mothers out there on Mother's Day, obviously blessings to you all. Hopefully, obviously having a tremendous day. But Joel, how's your days been so far, man? How's your day?
First and foremost, I want to say thank you lot for having me down. My day's been good, man. My day's been relaxing. I've just chilled most of the day, innit? So Sundays is a chill day for me. Just like to relax.
Nice.
Yeah,
I wanted to ask, a question I usually ask majority of boxers, like, what got you into boxing?
What got me into boxing? Back in the day, like me and my brothers and my dad, we always used to watch WWE. Back when I was young.
Already.
WWF back in the days, the real WWF.
The times,
all of that. I used to think WWE was real. When they had mixed Foley with the Finals, like Papa Shango, all of them. That's the old school WWE wrestler.
Who's your favorite? Before you continue, who's your favorite wrestler?
My favorite wrestler. I'll say Undertaker with the motorbike.
American Badass, of course.
And American Badass.
I like Ric Flair as well.
Woo!
He's back on the man's chest.
I love
The Rock, the people's champ.
Yeah.
No, I respect that, man. I'm a Stone Cold man. I like Stone Cold. His energy, man. He's more just get in the ring, stunner, get the job done, few beers. I like the vibe. That's Stone Cold, man. But no, sorry for cutting you off, man. When you said WWE, you got us gassed, man. We watched it. You know what? We watched it. We did all the ladder matches in the yard, smash TVs. We've done all of that, man. Like we've done a madness, man.
Me and my brothers broke a table as well, playing WWE in the old house.
You got it.
Apologies. Go on.
Yeah, so when I found out it wasn't real, I was sort of heartbroken. I can't lie. So I forgot what was my first boxing match. I think it was a Mike Tyson match.
Okay.
Then from then, I just always wanted to watch boxing, but obviously I always wanted to do it as well. So I just had to hassle my parents to let me do it. Then eventually, when I got to about year 8, I kept on asking my dad, and my dad just said, "Yeah, you can do it." So he took me down to Peacock Gym. I went there for about a month. I was training, and I loved the training and whatnot. Then a month later, my mom just said, "Nah, like I don't want you to do it. It's too much. It's too violent and whatnot. I don't want you to be a bad person." So cool. Fast forward a couple of years now. Let's say I'm 20 now. I was 20 at the time. So this one I just moved from Custom House to Dagenham. So I thought, I'm not in uni. I ain't got nothing to lose. So what's the worst that can happen if I go back into boxing? So obviously I went back into boxing. I was at Fight for Peace at first. Then I went back into Peacock. I got introduced to my friend took me to Peacock. My friend Junior. Then I got introduced to Tony Cisse. Then a funny story is I got introduced to Ayo as well. Ayo was talking. He was busting joking because he asked me how much I weigh at the time. I think I was about 86 or 90 kg. Then he started laughing and started saying, "Oh, you're gonna be Anthony's new sparring partner." and whatnot. Fast forward a couple months later, I started sparring Anthony. Then a couple of years later, I've turned to his main sparring partner. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, then from there, then I just say the journey has been a wonderful one.
Oh, I love that. I absolutely love that. That's a good story as well, because obviously Peacock, we know them. I personally know them very well. I'm not too sure if you know Laura Bowers. Laura Bowers, she does the marketing now for them. So we'll obviously do some work with them through obviously my work at Ticket Pass. So we obviously help promoters, help fighters like you sell tickets online. So that's something we're gonna try and push out and help. But yeah, your story is amazing, of course. So from a boxing perspective, then, and look, there's this question I like to normally ask fighters who come on. What fighters did you sort of not idolize, but more studied to sort of add to your arsenal? When you obviously go in the ring, you're thinking, cool, I want this type of defense. I want this type of style in terms of attacking. Like, who were your fighters that you sort of looked up to whilst you loved the sport?
The fighters I looked up to, Ali, Mike Tyson, and say Floyd. Yeah.
That list there is just, boy, big. That's massive, you can get really inspired by them because each of them have their own paths. Muhammad Ali is more what he did off the ring. Tyson, when he had that period, when he had Costa during that time, man, I think if he was still alive for a longer period of time, I reckon he could have been undefeated as well. I don't know about you, man, but
yeah, I reckon. Yeah, I reckon. Yeah.
He just needed guidance, man, at the time.
I reckon so. I mean, I gather that you got a big fight next month. You're fighting on the Joe Joyce and Zhang's undercard. How's the training camp going?
Training's going good, man. I'm pushing myself every day, so it's wonderful. This is the hardest. It's my second camp anyway, so it's the hardest I've trained.
Wow.
Compared to my first camp. Yeah, so it's good, man. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, how are you finding the sort of pro ranks? Like I know it's a transition for yourself, isn't it? So how are you finding that from fighting at sort of amateur level to now, the pro ranks? Like how's the transition felt?
The transition, it's been an interesting one because you got to remember in the amateur ranks, everything is fast paced. Even though I'm still a 4-round fighter, everything is still fast paced, but I can sort of slow it down a little bit. So it's good because even when I was an amateur, I sort of had that like a pro style. My coach Tony Cisse always used to shout at me for it as well. Yeah, so it's good, man. It's good. I feel more comfortable at this way.
With training camp, with the sparring session, how many rounds did you do? Do you do 4 rounds? Was it 12 rounds?
It's mix and match. I can't really say what it is because it's always mix and match.
Okay.
And that makes sense as well. It makes sense, and look, obviously, massive shout out to Tony Ellis as well. You know what? Big up. He's always viewing our shows. Obviously, big up, massive love, man. And good to have you on the show as well, man. But yeah, what we wanted to obviously talk about is we've had a few news. We normally obviously come here and talk, boxing. But obviously, before I talk about this as well, Ayaz Mahmood, big up as well. Shout out, love. What I wanted to sort of discuss, there's been a few things happening in the boxing world. So this is obviously just a podcast and chill mode now where we just talk about what's going on. Adrian Broner signing with Don King. What's your thoughts about that? Like, do you think that's a good move for him moving forward? Do you think what's your thoughts about that, man? I think that's a interesting one.
With that one, I don't really know because anything can happen, innit? It's boxing, so it might be a good move, it might be a bad move. So we just got to wait and see what plays out. Literally.
I reckon that is a good move, you know. I know it sounds silly because, like, look, obviously he wasn't really getting along with Showtime, and he then went to Black Prime, and then, you know, obviously it didn't work. So it's just like, you know, where else can he go, really? You know, I can't really see him going on Top Rank. So if anything, maybe Don King can get him the fights he wants. Well, I'm assuming. So yeah, I think it's all right. I mean, I still want to see Adrian Broner and you know, the likes of Conor Benn fight, you know, in the near future. Yeah. I would also like to see Adrian Broner, you know, fight what's his name? The guy who beat him. Is it Marcos? I've got his name. The one who, yeah. I would like to see that rematch again.
Boom, run it back again. Yeah, definitely run that back. You know, because he's talented. Like, he's definitely talented. And I felt that there was a period where he sort of wasn't focusing on boxing. It was more, you know, everything, you know, the nightlife and, you know, going on tour with the rappers and stuff like that. But I reckoned, you know, if there was a period where he's focused, you know, it could have been a lot better for him. Maybe this time around, who knows, with Don King. You know, it's mad that Don King, you know, was manager of Muhammad Ali, Tyson, and now we're talking about AB. He's still going strong. Like, it's absolutely mad. It's absolutely mad, man. Because we've obviously had some other news as well. Buatsi joining boxer as well. I think, yeah, for me, my opinion, I think that's a massive move for him. He's going to get more exposure. He's hopefully going to get more fights. I felt with Matchroom, the dynamics of, you know, who the, you know, top fighter is at Matchroom, it was sort of displayed on the amount of fights he was getting in the year. So I'm just hoping this time around, you know, he gets more fights on the boxer, and we get to see more of him, and hopefully we get to see more big fights, man. I think last week, Cosman, we obviously thought that a potential fight with Dan Aziz in the future is looks like it's in a pipeline. Definitely.
Yeah. No, I think it's you know, end of the day, like, look, I know a lot of people, some are, you know, saying it's a wrong move, but me personally, I think it's good, because end of the day, he's thinking about his career. Do you know what I mean? Like, because last time he fought was Craig Richards, and that was last year May.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And as a boxer, you need to be active. End of the day, like, look, he knows what he's getting himself into, and like, look, you know, we would love to see, you know, the match between him and Yard in the near future. But for now, I just say let's just get that activity going on, and then hopefully, you know, because my understanding, Callum Smith is going to be fighting Bertabiv, because he's next in line. He's mandatory for WBC, so. I can't see Bivol and Bertabiv having this unification clash. So, do you know what I mean? So anything can happen in the light heavyweight division.
You know what? That light heavyweight division is looking mad. I can't even lie to you. I think that there's so many fights that can happen. But obviously, there's the outright best, of course, which is obviously Bertabiv. You can argue. But the division looks like it's competitive. And I'm hoping that we get to see that fight, man. Let's see the big one. Let's get undisputed. That's why I think I've said it consecutively, like each week, that you got to respect the women, man. What the women are doing in terms of making these fights. The fact that we have Katie Taylor versus Chantal Cameron, you know, undisputed versus undisputed, like these, we want to see more undisputeds in boxing, man. So I'm just hoping eventually we can get these big fights going on, and we get more champions, more one faces, one names, one champions, and yeah, it's a good time, man, right now. It's a good time right now. I'm gassed. But cuz sorry, before you're gonna ask, man, I think we spoke about this off air. I have to throw this in.
Yeah.
It's next week. It's a big, I think it's next week, right? The big one.
Yeah.
Fidesz versus Plant, like Mexican Monster versus Sweet Hands. Boys, what's your thoughts? Like, who's winning? Who you got? Who you putting your money on?
That was a tough one. I have a feeling it's going to be a sick fight. I'll say it will go the distance towards Plant.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good
Plant.
choice.
Plant is a sick boxer. Yeah, I'll say I'm going for Plant.
Yeah, do you know what? Yeah, I don't know. Something's telling me Plant may do the job, or if it goes to distance, it could potentially be a draw where they may have to run it back again.
And I'm hoping they don't have to do a draw. I'm hoping, because that's a big fight. I think whoever wins that fight, you got to put him in with Canelo next. You have to.
Well, that's this. Here's the thing, right? Like Canelo's fighting John Ryder, right?
Yeah.
Now, let's just say, okay, Canelo beats Ryder, right? Now he wants Bivol. Do you know what I mean? He wants revenge. He wants Bivol. So I don't think Canelo's going to fight the winner of Plant. I would like to see him, but it's a weird one, man. I mean, just to think, like, because Canelo, he's undisputed champion in the super middleweight division. It's just like, dude, just stick at your weight, because I've got a feeling if he fights Bivol again, the results will be going to be the same again, unless Bivol comes down to 168, and that would be embarrassing if Bivol comes down to 168 and beats him again and takes his belt.
Yeah, that would be a bit. Yeah, that would be crazy. That would be crazy, man. But definitely, just going back to the Benavidez Plant fight, I think that's going to be an interesting fight, because both fighters are motivated. It's personal. Like, you can clearly see that both guys don't like each other. It goes way back. And I think that Plant is really motivated as well. I think that he feels that maybe he lost focus a little bit in that Canelo fight, during sort of the end before the knockout. You started talking to him, and I just felt that like, you don't want to start talking to a man, during the fight, man, because it's, you're sort of giving him the psychological edge, man. So I definitely feel that Plant, this time around he looks hungry, but Benavidez though, there's a reason why, his knockout ratio is obviously really good. You obviously can argue that, this is his first main event, but because this is 50-50. I think this is 50-50 in my opinion. Someone's possibly getting stopped. I don't think this is going points. I think someone's getting stopped, man.
Possibly. I mean, Joe, like, what's your views on YouTube boxing?
I think it's entertaining, isn't it? It brings more eyes to the sport, brings more eyes, brings more money. So it's good. Like, so it's good, man. It's basically similar to what's that? Remember that MTV cartoon?
Oh, yeah. I know you talk about. Yeah. Is it celebrity deathmatch?
Wait,
is it celebrity deathmatch or something like that?
Yeah.
I mean, as a professional boxer, do you think they're disrespecting boxing? Because a lot of people they feel that these YouTubers or misfits are disrespecting pro boxing. I mean, do you feel that?
Good question.
Not necessarily, because they are training. Obviously, I haven't been there to see them train, but I'm assuming they are training like boxers, so they have to make weight and they have to cut certain things out. So they are technically living the life as a boxer, if that makes sense. So,
quick question for you, Joel. Tony just obviously asked, would you get involved in that? If so, if he was to get sort of offered like a big fight, would you?
That says it all.
What it was.
Would I get involved in it? Yeah, why not? It's good fun.
Yeah. Exhibition in it, basically, isn't it?
Yeah. It will bring more eyes to me as well. So yeah.
Yeah, man. No, big up. Absolutely big up. You know what? One of these days, man, I'm waiting for Ghana to host a massive event, man. I'm waiting for that big
coming soon.
Yeah, man, no, I'm waiting for that big world title fight in Ghana, I'm waiting for that energy, because I know that's gonna be crazy. So he's obviously saying, will Tunde even let you? Not sure. No, I'm not even too sure. But look, it's a good hustle, man. And I agree with you. I think that, some of these fighters have been taking it seriously. Like, you look at KSI, look at Logan Paul as well. I think those are sort of the two names that stand out in terms of, you know, them taking it serious. And I think them two need to get it on at some point. I think, they need to get it on.
I mean, as a you know, a pro boxer, like what is your favorite boxing division, you know, as a fan?
Ooh, it's a good
As a
one.
fan, I don't. Do you know what? They're all exciting. From the lighter weights to the heavyweights, they're all exciting. But if I was to pick one, I'll say super water.
Oh, that's where you're at, isn't it, man? That's where you're at.
I like that.
I love that. I love that, man. I love that. So you must have watched the Tim Tszyu versus Harrison fight, then, innit, man? What did you?
No, I missed that one. I missed that one.
Yeah,
but I watched the highlights. But it looked like a good fight.
Yeah, it was a good fight, man. I think that was a very good fight, especially for Tim Tszyu as well. That he's, you know, his dad is a legend. You know, a lot of people thought, will he be able to, you know, get the job done? He got the job done. So obviously, big up, man. Big up on his end. Yeah, man.
I mean, like, how does it feel to be trained by Tunde?
It feels great, man. It feels great. Like it's amazing because when I first started at Peacock, I was always watching him train Anthony.
Okay.
So it was for him to train me is a dream come true. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, and he's managing me as well. So it's perfect. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't ask for more.
I mean, like, how many fights are you looking to have this year?
As many as they let me have.
I like that, man. So you're just pretty much just ready just to, you know, perfect your craft, because I know like every fight you're gonna have is like a lesson you're gonna learn in the ring, just getting that experience, no rush as well. I think exciting times for you, especially in the super welterweight as well. That's an exciting division. You know, who knows? It could be Errol Spence, you know, up there at some point when you're fighting in that level as well, man. I think that's going to be exciting, the division. I can't lie. I can't even lie to you.
What advice would you give, you know, a teenager who wants to become, you know, a professional boxer?
Stay focused and keep on working. Literally, that's the best advice I could give them. Stay focused, keep on working, keep working on their craft.
No, that's good, man. You know what, Saka, big up Saka always for training and you know, getting involved. He's obviously saying you'd have to be good if you're trained by him. How many fighters does he train? You, Yard? Is it anyone else?
No, just me and
Oh, big up, man. How is it like in terms of you know, training with Yard as well? You see from like the videos and like the energy, it seems like it's quite a competitive environment. Like everyone's just bubbly. Like, how is it like from your sort of perspective?
How it is on cameras is how it is in real life, innit? So it's like it's a good, especially at the young stage of my career. It's good to be around that.
Yeah, trust me.
Come on. It's good to be around that at the young stage of my career. So it's good getting used to everything now. So getting used to the hard work, getting used to the hard camps, getting used to the world title camps and things like that. It's good to get used to it now.
Big up Northside Manny as well. Big up Joe, massive talent. No, big up. Love my brother, man, for viewing in. Ooh, Saka's asking, are you on? Yeah, that's a good question.
Nah, I'm not. You know, nah.
Who you support?
I support West Ham.
Jeez, big up. East London up. Got a big up, man. Big up. Now I hope you guys win the Conference League, man. That would be massive. Obviously, Ayaz Mahmoud as well. Absolutely buzzing for the Plant Benavides fight. It's unbelievable. I really hope Plant gets it done. His boxing skills are good to watch. Look, I agree as well. There's obviously a reason why they call him Sweet Hands, and I definitely feel that he's a talent, man, definitely, and he's gonna potentially get the job done. But Palamos Music as well, big up, always you in. Canelo will never beat Bivol in 20 fights. Oh man, boy, it's a tough one. It is definitely a tough one, man. But look,
I got a question to ask, man. I got a question to ask. Fury and Usyk. Who do you reckon is going to win this fight? Because I'm hearing a lot of, some are saying Fury, some are saying Usyk, and it's just like now I'm sitting on the fence because Usyk is still a guy. So is Fury.
Yeah.
But, winner takes all.
Yeah, that one, I can't like that was a hard one because Usyk is a very, very skilled boxer, same as Tyson Fury. So it's like, you can say Tyson Fury could use his size against him, but Joshua did use his size against him in the second fight, or tried to use his size against him. But Usyk is he's very nimble on his feet, so he knows how to move. So I don't know.
He's sensitive to body shots, though. One thing I realized, he's sensitive to body shots.
Yeah.
But the thing is, all right, here's the thing. Let's just say, okay, Fury beats Usyk, right? Would it be on points or would it be on knockout? If it was on points, then boy, me myself, I'll be shocked. I'm like, whoa, like you said, he's a light middleweight, you'll run through him. But if you beat him on points, yeah, then boy, something's not right there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, that one. That was a tough one, man. It's a tough one.
Alamos is also saying the same, man. Look, until they're both in the ring, he doesn't want to obviously have an opinion about it. Yeah, man. What do you think, man? It's a tough one, isn't it, Joe, man?
Yes. You know what? No comment. I don't know.
No, it's fair. Honestly, like for me as well, it's just one of those toss-ups, man, because Usyk can be a banana skin for Fury, man. As great as Fury is, he's obviously number one heavyweight in the division, you would say. But you can also argue that the man that has the most belts in the division should be number one. But it's just debatable, man. At the end of the day, Fury, in theory, if he uses his weight well, then it should be plain sailing. But Usyk is just showing that he's just chasing legacies here, man. Fighting for his country. It's more than boxing, it seems, man. It seems like it's more than boxing. And fighting someone like that, could be tough, man.
No, if Fury beats Usyk, no one can't say anything, bro.
That's done,
he's the man. Like you can't say nothing.
Retire.
But if Usyk beats him, so am I right in saying Usyk's number one and Fury's number two? Number 3, Wilder.
Yeah, Wilder's number 3. Yeah.
Number 4, AJ.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Yeah, the rest. Yeah.
I would say that. Yeah, definitely. I would say that for sure. Wilder's just above. Big up
Tunde, man.
Big up Tunde.
Enough respect.
You got a big fighter here, man. You got a big fighter. Massive potential here, man. So obviously, look. The energy is always good. It's always a podcast and chill session. So, Joel, man, once again, enough love for, coming into the show. Your time. I know this is camp time, but the fact that you obviously came onto the show is much appreciated. And just let the viewers know once again, where to follow you and also when your next fight is. We obviously know, but for some of the viewers that may not know, let them know.
My next fight is April 15th on the Joyce and Zhang undercard. Massive. You lot can follow me on Instagram. Oh, you lot got it up, yeah? Cheese.
Yeah, put it up, man. Come on.
You lot can follow me on Instagram at JOELFKBXING. Enough love. Appreciate you lot, man. Big time.
Wow, blessings. Cuz, how are you gonna wrap up this tremendous episode, man?
We're here every Sundays at 7:30. We are iBoxing Hub. Everyone should have a productive week, and we shall see you next week. Peace out.
Yes. Thank you.
It's another band. All the Muslim cars now, whichever get up. Light up my card with a sweet one, please. Someone flicks me a bag, but it's another one. It's another one, yeah. It's a full strand, yeah.